So we're going to start off the orthopedic evaluation by focusing on the forelimb, and I like to start at the distal forelimb. When we are evaluating the foot, we've obviously got to remember to evaluate the nails, the pads, and the interdigital space. For the actual toes, I like to grasp an individual toe and twist and pull, go through each toe in turn, and also put each toe through extension and flexion. And what I'm doing with these rather gross movements is to try and figure out, is there any discomfort associated with any particular toe? If I found an adverse reaction on manipulation of a toe, I would then come back and evaluate each joint and each part of that toe in detail to determine exactly what was producing that adverse response. So we're now going to move on to the carpus and move our way up the limb. For every joint, we'll go through the basic flexion and extension movements, and as we put these joints through the range of motion, we're assessing them for a pain reaction, an adverse reaction associated with that manipulation. We're also assessing for crepitus and a normal range of motion. If there's an abnormal range of motion and or crepitus, both of those can be indicators of disease of the joint. It gets salty. So starting with the carpus, what you want to make sure is that you don't hold the limb in any abnormal position that might be uncomfortable in and of its own right. And so here for carpal flexion, I'm just going to gently steady the proximal limb, take the distal limb, and put the carpus into flexion. That's normal flexion. The pad should touch the caudal antebrachium here. And then carpal extension, again just steadying the upper limb and taking the distal limb forward to affect carpal extension. Carpal extension, flexion. Extension, flexion. All the time looking for an adverse reaction associated with that and feeling for crepitus associated with that manipulation.